Crafting with Newport Public Library. Today we're going to be trying to make DIY tie-dye shirts. For this you're going to need some old white shirts, preferably closest you can get to 100% cotton because they're going to accept the dye better. You're going to need some rubber bands, some tie-dye dye. We're using Tulip brand dye today. Some plastic Ziploc bags or saran wrap to wrap your shirt in when the dye is setting in. You'll need water and like a tray, and you'll have to either do this outside or cover your area in some sort of protectant. We're using trash bags. So what you'll need to do is, according to the directions of the tie-dye that you use, you'll have to add water to your powder mix for all of the colors that you're going to use. And be sure that when you mix your dye, you're ready to apply it as soon as possible because it only stays good for a few hours or a few days. So once you start working with the tie-dye itself, make sure you're wearing gloves. The powder, you can't see it until it gets wet, and then it'll get everywhere. So make sure you're wearing gloves. You'll fill them all up with water and then shake them until the powder is completely dissolved. And just set that aside until we're ready to start with the color. And you'll take your shirt and you'll just get it wet. Make sure it's completely submerged in water, and then we'll bring it out. And that's when we'll start to form the shape of the tie-dye shirt. So now we've got our wet shirts. And this is where you decide what you want your shirt to look like. You're gonna form the spiral, or you can fold it and get stripes, or whatever you'd like to do. You'll take your wet shirt. If you wanna do a spiral form, you'll pinch in the center and start swirling it around. You'll have to guide it a little bit into the form. And having your shirt wet not only helps the dye get absorbed by the shirt, but it also helps you to form your shirt into these shapes. And so once we have this spiral shape, then we're gonna start adding rubber bands. Trying our best to keep it in the shape we wanted. And make sure your rubber bands are crossing over in the center, the apex of your spiral. This will guide you when you're adding your color. And you can do as many of these or as little as you want. It'll just give you more defined sections in your spiral. This is another example of a design you could use. This is a crunkle design, so you just gather up your fabric, you're just scrunching it. Until it's all wadded up, like some chewed gum. And then we'll rubber band just like before. Now it's time to get messy. You're gonna pick your colors and you'll just spray it on. So this would be a great time if you've got that baking dish. If you put a wire rack, like a wire cooling rack on top of the baking dish, it keeps the excess dye from like getting in your workspace. I do not have a cooling rack at this time, so I'm just going with the flow. But if you're outside or you've got your area covered, it doesn't really matter as much. Just try not to make too much of a mess. So the key to a good tie-dye is to not put too much color all close together, because then it gets kind of muddy. And try to remember how you have it so that when you flip it over, you can repeat the pattern. Flipping. But I mean, if it's not perfect, you made it and it's still cool. So everyone will be jealous of you at the grocery store. Okay, so now that we've got all of our colors, we're going to check it. Yep, looks fabulous. We're gonna put it in the bag. And it's gonna stay in this bag overnight, 6 to 8 hours. The longer you leave it in the bag, the more vibrant the colors are going to be. So just put it in the bag and let it chill. Don't like literally let it chill. Don't put it in the fridge. Just leave it to do its thing, and then you'll wash it the next day. So now we've added dye to all of our shirts. We put them in Ziploc bags. And like I said earlier, you just leave these to absorb for 6 to 8 hours, preferably overnight. And then what you're going to do then is you're going to rinse them in the sink carefully. Probably should use gloves still. Until the water runs pretty much clear. Then you'll wash them separately. Don't wash anything else in there. You'll wash them separately with just a little bit of dish soap. We're gonna have to roll that again. Just a little bit of laundry detergent. And when they come out, you can dry them. You should be good to go. So as you can see, it's been a few days. We took our tie-dye home and we rinsed it after 24 hours and washed them. I washed mine in cold water, Angie did hers in hot water, but both turned out great. So if you do tie-dye at home, take a picture of what you create and let us know. We had a lot of fun doing this with you, and we hope you do too. For more crafting ideas, visit our ebooks collection on nnpl.org.